Stop Online Piracy Act, or SOPA, is a bill currently in the House of Representatives which aims to put an end to piracy by giving copyright holders the power to shut down any website that hosts pirated content. This has raised, of course, many red flags from major tech companies. And joining us now via Skype to discuss how this bill might affect the web is the founder and CEO of Tumblr.com, David Karp. Welcome to What's Trending.
Thank you for having me, Shira.
So Tumblr really went out of their way to speak out about this issue. Why was it so important to get involved and spread awareness?
I mean, it was clear that there was a very good chance that this bill was going to be driven through the House floor with very little input from anybody in the industry that this would have such a major effect on.
Yeah, and so what did you do exactly? Tumblr really created a presence against SOPA on the site.
So it only became clear that this was as dangerous and close to going through as it was this last week. So as soon as the internet started kind of rallying behind this bill, or rather rallying to raise awareness of this bill, we basically spent the day, this was on last Tuesday, spent the day noodling on what could we do to really drive this home to our community and rally them to do something about it. And for us, the fairest and clearest message we thought that we could get across was actually showing users what the effects of this legislation would be. And we did that by blacking out and censoring the dashboard.
It was pretty powerful to watch that going on online with what you did. So what would be a more practical way to combat piracy right now?
I mean, the real trick is we don't need this new legislation. We need more law enforcement. Content owners already have all the tools they need to detect copyright infringement, to pursue bad guys, to catch them and punish them. And for some context, Hollywood's last summer in 2011 was a domestic and global box office record. So these guys are doing all right now, and there are a lot of tools out there that consider not only traditional means of piracy, but also all of the new emerging trends in piracy on new technology. But this bill is a bad idea, and it was clearly not vetted by sophisticated engineers, and it would actually, in fact, be very counterproductive to the content industry. It would drive more average users on the internet to use encryption, to use DNS alternatives, and things that actually hinder law enforcement's ability to do things like catch bad guys. Yeah. Those bad guys are people like child pornographers. They're people like terrorists. And we want those abilities to be there. This stuff really undermines that.
And of course, last night, the Business Software Alliance pulled their support from the bill. Is that significant?
It seems like there's been a lot of significant now. I mean, just raising awareness on the House floor, which is the biggest thing that happened last week, actually bringing more representatives into the mix. It's created, I think, a lot of pushback now against this bill, and a lot of people are stepping up, doing a lot of different things. Several of the representatives have stepped in to write new versions of the legislation that actually take into consideration input from the existing industry. They've reached out to companies like Tumblr and Google and Facebook.
Definitely. Well, thank you, David. I don't want to interrupt you here, but thank you so much. It's definitely a big issue, and you guys are still online. You're very present about it, about your thoughts about it. And of course, for all of you, you can decide for yourself on SOPA by reading the full bill. And Tumblr is also urging people, as Dave mentioned, to connect with their representatives at tumblr.com/protectthenet.